Hello, I'm Mark. That's Sergio. We're Sergio and Mark, and we're here to answer questions for the people who read Groo, the intelligentsia that reads the Groo comic books. So you've been sending in great questions, but first we have to get through the question that everybody sent through that we didn't get through for the last time. The question is, when is there going to be a Groo cartoon series? People are dying to see one. Senor, would you like to field this question?
I'd rather you take it because you are more coherent and more about animation than I am. And you know more what's happening in that field because you have been so kind also that you take care of a lot of the things that allow me just to concentrate on what I do best,
What,
But
wait, what is it you do best? I haven't made sure of that. Is it you're wearing your monkey shirt today?
care of my fans and my friends who make it possible that we have a Groo. Without them, Groo will be something in our imaginations. But now that it's been, but tell them about how long we've been trying to do animation because this is not a new question. This is a question that's been for a long time, and people have been trying to, and we tell them we have never agreed with certain things.
Well, the answer is that we've been all getting offers to do Groo in animation almost since Groo first appeared in Pacific Comics,
Yeah.
and we've never gotten quite the right deal. I've been working in the animation business for quite a while, done a lot of shows. I've worked on a lot of shows that I wish had not had the deal had the deals behind them that they did and this situation. And we're kind of fussy about Groo. We love him dearly. Groo is unlike most of the comic books you may read today in that Groo is owned by his creator, which is that guy with the mustache in the other box here. And most of the characters you see these days, the Superman and Batman and Spider-Man and Hulk and all those other characters, the X-Men, are the creators have long since passed away, and they didn't own the characters in the first place in most cases. So the decision of whether to make them into animation is not based, it's not made by someone who has, the character was born out of their creativity and their souls. So we're very possessive about Groo, and we've had a lot of offers, a lot of inquiries, and the answer was no. Recently, we've been in contact with some people that we think the answer will be yes. We're very enthused about what's going on right now. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want people to start, searching the TV listings for this show. If it ever happens, it's still quite a whiles off, and we'll know about it well before it ever appears.
And we will tell you.
All right.
We will
So
tell people, of course.
yes. So, but Groo is an action hero, and it'd be nice to see him in action.
Yep.
I think some people forget that when they're reading Groo, they're seeing a lot of still pictures because Sergio's art has such motion inherent in it that it's almost like you're seeing the character move. You've never seen this character move unless you've seen a couple. There's a couple of YouTube videos where aspiring cartoonists played around a bit and made him move. We see Groo moving in our imaginations. We hear Groo talking. I even sometimes hear the background music in his adventures. So we're working on the comics, and we'd like to put that all on screen someplace for someone.
Yeah, but when he speaks to me, he speaks in Spanish. And sometimes will it have an accent also? No.
Well, we're going to have to translate Groo into English.
That's what you do best, my friend.
Well, I worked for years on the Garfield cartoon shows, and the voice of Garfield was a long search. They auditioned hundreds and hundreds of actors before they picked the one. Actually, they picked one guy who did one cartoon, and then they didn't like him, and they did another batch of auditions and picked the ultimate voice, which was a man named Lorenzo Music. And Jim Davis, the creator of the strip, picked that voice, and he said, that's what Garfield sounds like. And he got a avalanche of letters saying, yeah, it's not what Garfield sounds like. They're telling this to the guy who created the character and wrote it and drew it, So, we'll pick a voice for Groo someday, and we'll be happy with it, and somebody out there won't be because everybody's been hearing Groo with their whatever voice they put in their heads with it. So, anything you want to add to that, or should we move to the next question?
No, that's exactly it. We spend a lifetime working in Groo, developing the character, getting him alive, and what we expect and we hope, and I know it will happen, is that on the screen he will be part of what we do. It'll be
Okay.
a lot of fun.
All right. Here's the next question. Melissa W. wants to know if it's true that you have a dog or had a dog named Rufferto, just like Groo does.
Yes.
Tell us about Rufferto, the real Rufferto.
Well, what happened is that at the beginning, when we were doing Groo, he was alone all the time, and he's supposed to be very slow of mind. I don't want to call it stupid because it's a bad word, but he was not all there. So, but because he was alone, every time he was there, he has to be thinking, which was not exactly what Groo was all about. So we figured out that he should have a companion. So for a long time, I figured out, well, if I put another human being next to him, thinking, of course, of Laurel and Hardy, because it's, we love those characters and it's such a relationship. But the thing is that one is a barbarian, so the other could be, if he was another barbarian, they end fighting, Groo will kill him, or the other guy, being brighter, will become the main character. So it couldn't be a human. It could have to be a dog. So I start figuring out, well, if it's a mastiff, another big animal, then you have two animals, and it's not a good relationship. And all the time, I'm like that, and there's my dog, Rufferto, sitting next to me, looking at me, and says, well, he's a lovely guy, that's the guy he should be. It was a big mistake because he's full of polka dots. So every time I do the dog, I spend more time making little black dots. I put in a black eye, which sometimes Mark fixes because I forget to put a black eye in it. But just wait a second. Don't go away. Don't go away.
Where are they going to go? This is the only thing on the internet right this minute.
Is it?
Yes, right. Yeah, the whole internet shuts down when you and I are broadcasting.
Very good.
Nobody else.
Okay, so I just want to show them a little picture that I carry with me. That's Rufferto.
Yes, that is Rufferto.
Which is, he was a Queensland healer. Very intelligent animal, with a black eye and polka dots too. And I was very fortunate. He lived 20 years.
Wow.
In that book of records of Guinness Book of Records of Animals long, the Queensland healer, Australian dog, they're the ones that lived the longest. And there it was, the real Rufferto. Say hello, Rufferto. So he became a very good companion. And if you have read Groo, you remember at the beginning, it was a different relationship, but eventually they'll become the best of friends, which has been great having them around. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's our questioning answer period for tonight. We'll be back next week, and we might even be dressed the same way. You may see us in the same. We're going to put the same outfits on. We're not going to try to record another one right now and put that on up next week. We're going to actually save these outfits and get dressed in them next week. So we do this Q&A for you folks next Friday. In the meantime, please send in questions that you want to know the answers to. We've already covered the two that everybody asks. So ask some different questions. You too might be part of this exciting video game here. Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.